Hello and welcome back to the next Phasmophobia update. In a shocking twist and turn, we don't have 2 new ghost types, we have 3, which we'll go over shortly. We have a new truck, they've overhauled it completely, and of course we have the new voice recognition system as well. They are the main things for this update. Custom difficulty is going to be the next major update, which is coming soon TM. That is not part of this update, just to clarify. Let's go over the patch notes, see what's new. So first of all, ghost types. We've had reports of 3 new entities haunting several locations. More information is available in the journal. So the update itself isn't out until about an hour from now. By the time this video's out, I'm sure the update will be out, in which case we'll be able to dive in and get all the full details on the ghost types. We have some hints here. So first of all, the Diogen, the name was correct there, so always watching. This is going to be the one that seems to always know where you are. If our deciphering of the patch notes was correct, perhaps we're going to have to loop this one. We'll find out very shortly, won't we? Next we have the Moroi, risen from the grave to curse their victims. Again, so this one was all about placing curses on the player, and using antidotes or moving away from it would lessen the effect of that one. And it was believed that maybe smudge sticks will affect them for a longer time. We'll find out shortly again when we can see the journal. And finally, the new one that they've not even talked about, the Fae, the ever-aging ghost. Ever-aging? All I can think of is wrinkly skin, to be honest. Interesting. No, can't say I can really draw any hints of the power from that one, but once again we'll find out very shortly. So these 3 ghosts will have an increased chance to spawn for 2 weeks. Okay, nice one. So at least we'll be able to get them more often, test out their powers, etc. So we're introducing the investigation period along with these new ghost types. So this gives players around 2 weeks to try and work out the ghost abilities, traits and secrets before we update the patch notes with the specifics. That's cool. Keep a bit of mystery back in the game. And then we will have some full clarification shortly, so that's quite a good compromise. I like the way they're approaching this one. I think that's very respectful of both sides, depending on your opinion on the new patch notes. So we're hoping this will bring the original investigator feeling and allow players to work together as a team to uncover the truth. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. We'll see how that one goes. Next we have a new voice recognition system. So it's been completely replaced, no longer relying on Windows speech systems, meaning it supports many more languages and platforms. Fantastic. Great accessibility there. So such as GeForce Now and Steam Deck, no setup required. Fixes that pesky tab out bug that's been in the game since the beginning, I believe, thinking back. So yeah, that's cool. Muscle memory, we're probably still going to do this out of habit, aren't we? But never mind. You now only need to set your microphone in-game instead of your Windows default. Okay, because I know a lot of people have voice issues, or had voice issues before this update, so let's hope this resolves that for most people. So you can now see the input volume of your microphone in the audio settings. Additional microphone input options have been added. Voice detector sensitivity and noise suppression. Amazing, and hopefully that will increase your survivability as well if you play with an open mic. Due to the new system only working if you're in a server, the voice recognition test has been removed. Kind of miss that. Again, muscle memory though, you know. So note the above additional audio options are available in-game through the journal's menu. Oh, let's go through the supported languages at the moment. That's looking like a big list now. So English, German, French, Russian, Spanish, Japanese, Simplified Chinese, Traditional Chinese, Italian, Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, Dutch, Swedish, Turkish, Ukrainian, Czech, Greek. More languages will be added in a future update. That's amazing. A great array of options there, depending on where you're from and what you're speaking. And next up, we'll go through the rest of the sections, as always, new changes and bug fixes. So new, the truck has received new models, new layout and materials. I think they'll be doing a bit of preparation for the progression updates as well in the future, where there's going to be, I guess, different tiered items, probably going to make more space for them, arrange them in a more ideal order. So makes sense that they're putting out the truck update now. So equipment is now placed on the wall in the truck. Oh, we've had a good upgrade. We're getting treated, aren't we? So placing any equipment back on the wall, similarly to head cameras, will be added with the custom difficulty updates. Okay, nice. So when lit, the campfire and Maple Lodge campsite will now increase the temperature of the area around it. Need to get used to that change as well. That might throw us off for a little bit. So the Maple Lodge campfire will now show a hot temperature reading on the thermo. Great, ties into this. You can now buy 4 lighters and 3 salt shakers. Hey, nice. Added new footstep sounds for the metal floor in the truck and on the ramp. Oh, fantastic. That one there is great. So everyone can have a smudge and a lighter now. And extra salt is great, of course. It's good for tracking the ghosts, doing the objective if they keep changing room. If you need more for a wraith test, just photos, I suppose. Interaction photos should be quite good to get now with that. So sorry, this one here, my mind went back to this point. So added new footstep sounds for metal floor. Okay, cool. Immersion. So now let's have a look at changes. So the number of free hiding spots will now be increased when playing multiplayer games. That's good. So 3 players is +1 and 4 players is +2. I don't know why just multiplayer though. To be brutally honest, I don't see why this can't be rolled over to solo as well, because more than one person can hide in one hiding spot. So that just seems like a bit of a buff if you're in a group, but yeah, as a solo player, predominantly for streaming purposes as well, and other people that play solo or 2-player out there as well, I don't see why that wouldn't apply to them as well, to be honest with you. It's not like you can only get one person in a hiding spot, so yeah, I don't really understand this one. I think because there has been a bit of difficulty creep with the game over time, I do think maybe they should just give a little bit more in general, to be honest. I'm not always sure where they're taking hiding and escaping from the ghosts these days, because obviously they made it so you couldn't loop, but then they made hiding brutally difficult. The ghost has more ways to find you now. You have less hiding spots than ever until this update here, of course, for 3 or 4 people. So I don't really know which one they're trying to focus on at the moment, but I think it would be nice to maybe even give 1 or 2 players a few more hiding spots as well. Let me know how you feel about this one here. The voice recognition splash screen has been removed. No longer needed. The map screen in the truck now has up and down arrows for changing floors instead of a single button. I always wondered at the beginning when I was new, like, what does this button do? So I guess it's a bit more self-explanatory now. When using their ability, the Djinn now leaves EMF at the fuse box rather than where they're currently stood. Oh, okay. I see why that makes sense thematically, but I don't think you're ever going to be near the fuse box to test that, especially on, well, if the ghost room is nowhere near the fuse box. I'm not sure how I feel about that change personally, but I think that's going to be really hard to capture the EMF now. Although, on the contrary, I guess if you are suspecting a Djinn, you could leave a EMF. You could leave an EMF by the fuse box and listen out for it going off, I suppose. Maybe, on the contrary, it would make it easier to ID, but it depends on the map, I think, and where you want to be in relation to the ghost room and the fuse box. Like, you don't really want to stand by the fuse box all game, do you? Not very interesting to try and confirm a Djinn that way, so I guess we'll see how that one feels. I think for me it was more fun knowing where the ghost was and trying to track their movement and see if you can get an EMF there instead. The idea of hovering around a fuse box, especially if it's nowhere near the ghost room, to see if you get the ability doesn't sound too thrilling, I have to say. We'll see how that one goes though. So you will now never see ghosts missed when the ghost type's an Oni. I believed that was in the game already, so I'm not sure if this is a bug fix or if this is official confirmation. We shall see again, but yeah, they should not do the ghost miss now. You know, the one where they travel towards you and then you get a hiss at the end? That's the ghost missed. So the cursor will no longer lock when playing in VR. All locations have had their lighting rebaked to a high quality, help reduce any light leaks and artifacts. Cool. Chance for the mirror light ability has been increased. Good, because I don't see it anymore since they nerfed it. Felt like quite a severe nerf, so we'll see how that one feels. I don't think you can cheese it anymore by flicking the switch though. Replace the Russian, Ukrainian, Turkish, Greek, Japanese fonts to be more readable. Right, I'm going to fly through the bug fixes quickly. So, sanity pills can no longer be duplicated for extra uses. Sanity pills will now give the correct insurance amount. You can now use the main menu boombox in VR. The delay when taking a photo has been removed. Your ray can no longer drain your sanity when you're outside. The Your ray will no longer stop interacting. If they use their ability in the Willow Garage, you can now interact with all interactable objects in VR. The photo camera sound will now muffle correctly between floors. You can no longer light lighters with lit candles. Candles can now be lit with other lit candles. Candle and lighter flames will now cast the correct shadows. The shoulder flashlight will no longer break when closing and opening the door truck. Sorry, the truck door. The door truck. Fix missing Korean and traditional Chinese text. The controls text in the training will no longer overlap the keybind text. And finally, potential fix for the VR runtime. Launching when playing without VR. We made it. There we go. So yeah, 0.6.2 Doesn't have custom difficulty, that's going to be the next major update. In this one, just a little summary, 3 new ghost types, Deogen, Moroi and Thay, which we know nothing about currently, the Thay at the end there, new voice recognition system and a new truck. With 2 weeks from this patch where we don't really know about the ghost types, we'll have to work out their hidden abilities and stuff ourselves, and then they're going to reveal them afterwards. So yeah, good patch. Let me know what you're excited for the most. I think the new ghost types are quite interesting. Very intrigued to hear about this Thay, the ever-aging ghost. Hope you enjoy the update. Thank you for watching as always, and I will catch you in the next one.